When real estate is a premium, the first people to feel the squeeze are the deceased. And that's what's brought me to California, to explore a city purpose-built for the dead. This is the city of Colma outside San Francisco. It's a pretty weird place. Let me tell you why. At the beginning of the last century, San Francisco was running out of land, so they forbid the burying of anybody else in there. They stopped all the graveyard work, and lifted all the bodies and brought them here. So now you've got a town here with 1,500 of a living population and 1.5 million of a dead population. They don't have a vote, so it doesn't bother anybody very much. They even took 9 holes of the golf course to bury people in. And then, unsatisfied with that, they came back and took a wee bit of the 9-hole course to bury pets. I'm sorry, I find it funny. It's an extraordinary figure, 1.5 million dead people. But the real mind-bender is that the busiest cemetery in the entire city is the one reserved for San Francisco's furry friends. Skipper Ferguson. I love it when they get a second name. Macy Chapman, San Francisco Police Department. Best bomb dog we ever had. We'll miss you, Bob. Isn't that extraordinary? Riff Raff. Riff Raff's a wonderful name for a dog. There are over 14,000 dogs, cats, goldfish, monkeys, goats and sea lions buried in Pets Rest Cemetery. All religious denominations are welcome, as are all political persuasions. There's a Doberman Pinscher here. If you just look down the list of names, Wilhelm, Sweet Potato Gretchen, then we come to Eva Braun. Wasn't she married to Hitler? I've always been deeply suspicious of people who have cats called Dramar Tabutin Singali III of Siam. I think Fluffy wins every time. Well, there's a great one, in loving memory of our Max. That's nice, that's the way to do it. See, they must have spent an awful lot of money on these. To bury a guinea pig like Gosha here will cost you $550 for the plot, $350 for the coffin, and another $1,000 for an illustrious marble headstone. Now look at this. It's funny, the smaller the dog, the bigger the monument, it seems. So if you want this kind of love lavished on you, when your partner comes home, run to the door with your tongue hanging out and lick them all over. That's my advice to you. The graveyard says more about living people than it does about dead people, because they're the ones who spent the money and designed those monuments and all that. And I think that's where it's at. You spend the amount that makes you feel better. You know, because I remember when my father died, going to organise the coffin, and the guy talked me into an oak one, which was quite a lot of money, and I thought, well, I can afford it quite easily, but I wonder if this happens to wee wifeys who go to get their husband a coffin, if they push them towards the oak. And I think there's a way of talking them into saying, he would have loved this, you know. I think if you really love him, this is the thing to do. And I think there's a lot of conning goes on.